and this is where I am staying. This is the brown box car, and I've taken a few pictures inside, and this place is amazing. Um, I'm here on a business retreat. I am outside, and as you can see, there is nature sounds everywhere. I'm from Louisiana, so I'm not a woodsy type of girl. I don't go camping, I don't go fishing, I don't hang out at um, I don't do any of the outdoorsy stuff, let's say that. So being here is new for me. I, um, I'm enjoying it. We have an amazing space inside of the box cars. It's one, two, three, four, five. And I'm gonna video them. They're different colors. So you have a red one, a green one, a brown one, a yellow one, and a blue one. And all of them are different, I think, in how they have been decorated. I haven't been in any of them because we have been assigned a box car, and no one has actually invited us into their space. So, and I don't know if I should ask. I am here with about 15 other entrepreneurs that have gone through a few of the programs that Louisiana have to offer entrepreneurs. So that is how I actually got here. I signed up, I was offered an opportunity, and I came. This is my first time coming on a business retreat. I've never done it before, so I didn't know what to expect. We are in Cassopolis, Michigan, and we're on 2,000 acres of farmland. The owner of this land name was Edward Lowe. He's now deceased. His wife is still alive, and his stepson runs the property. This retreat space is for business owners only. And you have to have gone through some type of program to actually be able to utilize this space. In order for you to be able to use this space, you have to have gone through one of many programs that Louisiana have to offer. I'm going to talk more about that on my Facebook page and probably in a different segment as to how all of these programs work. As an entrepreneur, this is me getting out of and stepping outside of my box. 15 years ago, I started the journey of becoming an entrepreneur. Lo and behold, I did not know where the road would take me. My first business was photography, and from photography, I opened Pinkalicious Birthday Party Spa. I still do both. I dibble and dabble in photography, and now I am working towards learning videography. Pinkalicious is a spa for little girls. I don't work there. I just own the business. I haven't been in Pinkalicious as an employee for several years. Pinkalicious is going to be 14 years old this year in October. And from Pinkalicious I opened All Star. All Star is gonna be turning 10 this year. So I'm excited about this journey and where it's led me. But for the past, when I opened All Star was one of those businesses that took me from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds. I make the most money at All Star. I make money at all of my businesses. But All Star is my bread and butter. And 5 years ago, I decided that I was gonna do some things differently. I had some business challenges that caused me to have to wake up and see what was in front of me and how I was gonna actually deal with it. So lo and behold, after I got things back in order and I started doing the things that I needed to do to make sure that All Star was thriving, I made the decision in 2023, latter part of 2022, to step outside of my comfort zone. And walk through doors even if I was afraid to. I told God, if you open the door, I'm going to walk through. And if it's meant for me to be there, I'll be there. If it's not, you'll turn me around and send me on my way. Um, well, hence, this was a door. And I'm here. I'm excited about being here. And last night, I'm usually in bed by 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, well, actually at 9:30, it was still daylight, just as it is right now. And I'm sitting here in Michigan thinking, when is the sun going to go down and when is it going to get dark? Well, at 10 o'clock, it had just started to getting dark. I've never seen fireflies. My daughter is in Maryland, and the other night, about 3 days ago, she sent me a video of her catching fireflies and letting them go. So, yes, that's crazy, I know. But listen, we're in Louisiana, and there's no fireflies there, okay? There's mosquitoes, there's big horseflies, and there's all kinds of other bugs that you don't want because they bite. So because of that, we don't go outside very often. Not at night, not at dusk anyway. So yeah, we were at a campfire. We was sitting around the campfire, drinking, talking, telling our stories about our entrepreneurial journey. And hey, the stories that we heard, I always tell my clients and my staff, we all have a story. It's 9 times out of 10 gonna be similar in some ways. And the only difference really is that there's a different author. And what I heard last night was my story being told 15 different times in different ways by probably 15 different authors. I didn't feel alone. I felt like I was in a place that I had been avoiding because I didn't feel like I belonged. Now, mind you, I am one of 4 Black people here. So to hear 15 others, well, let's say 14 other stories being told in similar ways by different authors, how do you think that made me feel? I am 46 years old. I'll be 47 in December. And for the better part of my life, I have hidden a lot of the facts about who I am, where I came from, and why I do what I do. Because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to be judged in the way that I thought people would see me because of my background. My life has not been easy. Nobody has given me anything. And I had to earn everything. I had to get most of it out of the mud, literally. So that was a real awakening moment for me to listen to all of these stories and to hear them, to even hear some people tear up sharing their story, because that's typically what happens when I share mine. I've shared it so many times that it don't really happen as much. But I have a real great appreciation right now for being at this place, and for them allowing us to be in this space right now, and for us to have that opportunity to share those stories, because at this point, I realize that I am not alone. I know that I haven't been alone. Imposter syndrome was one of those things that I battled with quite often. As a matter of fact, battling with it has stopped me from doing quite a few things. I am sharing a room with another female therapist, and not that it matters, but she is white, I am Black. And last night she welcomed me with open arms, and upon my arrival, and we sat and we talked and we laughed and we did everything. She's in the room now talking to her family, so I'm out videoing. But personalities are great. We are having an amazing time, And I am super excited about everything that we've been able to talk about and deal with, and just to even hear that at the end of the day, we are doing the things that we expect to do here. Neither of us knew what we were going to be doing when we got here. Neither of us knew why we were going to be here and what we would actually be doing. We just knew that we were invited to come to this amazing space with other entrepreneurs and to have a great time. Not a great time, but this great time is about learning, um, pondering, thinking about the things that we could do differently in our businesses, how we can grow our businesses, how we can sustain our businesses, how we can, um, whatever it comes to mind, and whatever you feel like you want to do in regards to this quiet time. As you can see, the space is nothing but great thinking space. Like, I'm out here, I have my notebook and my pen and paper right here so I can sit and talk into myself and just think about some things that I wanted to reflect on what happened yesterday. So upon arrival yesterday, we were greeted at the front. Well, let me start from the airport. There's a few of us that have come to Edward Lowe multiple times, and they enjoy coming to this space because it affords them the opportunity to get away. The internet is pretty spotty here, so you don't really want to be on the phone. You don't really want to be doing things outside of thinking. So you're not working. That's one of the things that they ask us not to do, is work. If we can avoid it. So there's walking trails here, there's everything. So upon arrival, leaving the airport, we went to one of the favorite restaurants. We all sat and ate. We left there, we went to the liquor store because around the campfire, everybody was drinking. That was crazy to me because I was kind of like, okay, I don't know if we should get alcohol, but somebody said, we're entrepreneurs. Of course we drink. So I said, no, okay, we had a great time sitting, drinking our wine or whatever they got for themselves to drink. Edward Lowe does not provide alcohol, so no, you don't get that. They give you plenty of snacks, plenty of good food, but not alcohol. After that, we kind of went into a group session. They talked about everything that what we should expect while we're here, what they expect from us, and how we should utilize this space. We got maps of the grounds, so you have access to the whole property. There is golf carts, so you don't have to walk, and you are able to just take, when we're not in groups or talking, doing activities, it's our time to go and explore, sit, talk, think, or whatever it is you're wanting to do. So after we finished that group session, we came outside. We went and ate a nice dinner. Now, mind you, I was already full because when I got off the airplane, we stopped at the favorite restaurant. We stopped at the favorite restaurant, came here, and then we had dinner at 6 o'clock. Whew. I could only eat a little bit because I was just overwhelmed with the food, okay? Then we went out to the campfire. I roasted marshmallows for the first time. Now, I'm not going to say we don't roast marshmallows at home. I just never have roasted marshmallows. I'm not a marshmallow eater. I don't really think I like marshmallows. I didn't think I liked marshmallows. I know I don't like them cold. But I did roast a marshmallow last night, and because I roasted the marshmallow with the chocolate, one of the group members, one of the CEO, one of the group members, he showed me how to do it, and it was the s'mores type of marshmallow with the graham cracker, the marshmallow, and the Hershey's chocolate. We did that, and I ate it. I liked it. I'm not going to say I loved it, but I liked it. I ate the whole thing. I didn't like the marshmallows being all over my hands. But hey, we was outside, so it was okay. Um, we we sat and we talked again. Like I said, everybody shared their stories. So I am taking everything in. I'm noticing that the sunlight is still out at 9 o'clock. I am noticing the fireflies. I'm hearing the owls. I am just taking in all of the sounds and sights that I'm seeing in this moment, and just kind of just enjoying what it is that I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling. I am in touch with all of my emotions, and so I'm just really just I'm having a blast. I'm just gonna say that. All of these experiences were new for me for the most part. So the fact that they were new for me, I really wanted to hone in on how I felt about all of these things that I was experiencing. Um, this morning, I'm glad I brought my tripod and my camera and my remote, because I had intentions on doing some content while I was here. I didn't know what kind of content. I had intentions on doing my podcast. So that's what I'm doing now. I am recording how I feel about what we're experiencing out here at the Edward Lowe Foundation. Um, this experience is amazing. I'm just going to say that. Being an entrepreneur has afforded me lots of great opportunities outside of the entrepreneurial ground. So I've traveled the world. My husband is an entrepreneur as well. So the fact that we are both entrepreneurs, we don't get to not do. We have 4 kids that we have to support, and we have a home, and we have cars, we have bills. So yes, everything is important, but being an entrepreneur has afforded us some great opportunities. We put one all the way through college, paid out of our pocket, because he didn't get financial aid. He didn't have a need. We have 3 more that's in college right now. We live a great life. I'm not going to say that we're rich, but we work hard. And we do the things that we're supposed to do, and we try to do them legally, ethically, and we want to do things, we want to do right by the people that we serve. So as an entrepreneur, we do realize that there are some bad actors out here. However, we don't want to be one of them. We take pride in what we do. We live a life, and we live our life by treating people the way we want to be treated. And I am going to say that I think that because we live our lives like that, God has blessed us tremendously. He's allowed us to be able to do quite a few things that we would have never expected in our lifetime as children growing up. My husband and I have been together since middle school. So we've talked about our lifelong dreams. We talked about the things that we wanted to see happen as adults. We talked about how we wanted to raise our children. We talked about our lives together. And I am going to say that if I was able to show you my senior book, you know that God is good. He blessed me, and he heard my prayers, and he heard our conversations, and he gave us the desires of our hearts. I've been able to live out quite a few of my lifelong dreams. I have been able to, I've just been blessed enough to do the things that I feel like I want to do without having to question, can I do it? I actually live my life that way. I expect that my staff that I don't overwork my staff, and I want them to have a real great work-life balance. I pride myself on making sure that my staff is able to do the things that they need to do for themselves and for their families. I pay what the state requires me to pay, so I don't have too much of I don't have a whole lot of say in how much I can pay my staff, because I have to remind myself every day that, hey, listen, I can't go over and above and give away money that I don't have to give. So when I think about that, I find other ways to offset what I'm not able to pay my staff in regards to those high salaries that people are wanting. I think that we have a great culture at All Star, at Pinkalicious, and at J-Ball. So I don't, I kind of feel like at the end of the day, we are living the life that we expect our employees to live. They can't live it the way we live it, but we try to give them opportunities to say, hey, listen, you're not going to be here. We all have our money. If you made the same amount of money that I made, you're going to spend your money different from how I spend my money. So when I think about that, they have to live with the money that they make. And I provide opportunities so that they are able to live their lives, and they're not worried about having to stress over what they're supposed to be doing at All-Star because they can't get to their kids' game, or they can't go and pick them up from school, or they don't have the opportunity to take vacations and this, that, and the third. So no, I don't pay a whole lot, but I pay the maximum of what I can pay. So when I think about all of the things that God has allowed me to do in this lifetime, and as an adult and as an entrepreneur, I am thoroughly excited about all of it, because I never imagined this. And sitting at that fire camp last night and listening at those stories really, really, really let me know that I'm not an imposter. I am doing exactly what God wants me to do. I'm walking in my purpose. And I am not the only one that have come from a bad background. I'm not the only one that struggles in entrepreneurship. I'm not the only one that have challenges on a day-to-day basis. I'm not the only one that have gone through hardships. I mean, the conversations just gave me so much life last night, and I'm excited about that. So that was my day yesterday. I'm gonna film another podcast or a video in a different space later on this afternoon when I get a chance. We're only here for a few days, so I'm gonna try and get in as much as I possibly can before I leave. I mean, there is so freaking much to do here. So it's not a lot to do as far as fun is concerned, but the spaces are so pretty. I'm gonna take a few shots of different things and kind of show you around, but I am going to talk a lot about this on my Facebook page, The Business Building Diva, and my consulting is The CEO Speaks. I am still working those pieces out. I do have a few clients that I am working with closely, and before I take on more, I want to see the outcomes of what's happening with them. That was a part of my imposter syndrome, but hey, I mean, I've been through some things. I've learned a lot. I've been scammed a lot. I've been around people that have taken advantage of me. I have been through the ringer as an entrepreneur. And I, as a business consulting, I want you to not have to go through those things. Now, mind you, the battle is not mine, it's yours. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't take other people's advice, and we have to learn the hard way. That's okay too, because a blunt lesson is the best lesson. That's the lesson that you are not going to ever forget. You are going to go through it, and you're going to remind yourself every time you see that rabbit hole not to go in it. And that's the thing that I think I take away from all of the hardships that I've had. I don't call them losses. I call them lessons. I took a lot of L's, lessons. I made a lot of mistakes. But ideally, God gave me another day because he woke me up to get up, start over, and do it all over again. There was a few quotes that was spoken that they talked about last night that I'm going to share in another video. But those quotes I had to write down. I think those who show up in the world are the ones that do something. I'm going to have to talk about that later, but I'm going to stop here, and I can't wait to show you the rest of this amazing space. If you hear the birds, I am sitting here right now looking at red birds, bluebirds, a black bird with some type of red markings. I mean, squirrels are just running around everywhere freely. There's a campfire right in front of my my box car, and I don't know what this guy is and who it is, but he kind of reminds me of Paul Bunyan. So I thought this was a great spot to do this video in, and kind of highlight Mr. Bunyan. I'm gonna call him Mr. Bunyan. I don't know who he is. I am gonna ask about him just to make sure. He's a lumberjack guy. As you can see, he has his axe in his hand. So I really don't know about all of that. There's a walking trail just that way. There's a few lakes around here. So I'm gonna try and use and explore as much as I can outside of our sessions. So have a great one. I can't wait to come back and share more with you.